Greetings, bonjour, and guten tag. Welcome to a first-time series I'd like to call Try Your Hand, where I do something random, be it a reading or singing song with no audio. Anyhow, today I'm going to be reading, pause for dramatic effect, a fic called Twilight and the Spartan Stallion. Oh, and a side note, this is going to be completely unedited, so just, you gotta deal with me. So, here I go. Twilight and the Spartan Stallion, Part 1, Awakened from Stone. The Spartan Stallions were an elite group of... Shh. Don't get ahead of me now. An elite group of 337 ponies. A special unit. The best. The most hardened and powerful and elite. They were garbed in impressive brawn armor with orange and red banners of fiery design. Descendant of Artax Fantasia himself. They were taught the most glorious death could only be achieved on the battleground. They were taught never to quit, never to surrender, and that a beautiful life was founded on the backs of those who lived to see many victories. Spartan Stallions. Times were turbulent, though, for the night was slated to last forever. The Battle of Moon's apex was their final stand against Nightmare Moon and her lunar stallions. And that is where our story begins. Oh, a little FYI, things are about to get really loud. Stallions! A powerful voice roared, turning the ears of every pony present. The enemy approaches! Prepare for glory! Spartan Shield stood gallantly atop a rock, his spear in one hoof and his banner in the other. Princess Celestia, armored in her full battle regalia, mounted on the rock next to him, looking over the small group that remained. She nodded to them for confirmation. That blood of night comes from her slathering beast. Sharpen thy spears and stoke thy fires. He roared back and forth, directing the ponies who thundered back and forth like perfect soldiers they were. Our sister is among them, Celestia bolted out of the rabble. None shall challenge her but us. We leave all of thee to disperse the lunar stallions and keep them busy. She lifted a commanding hoof that was gilded in solar steel. There's a roar of confirmation as every stallion bent his head to don his helmet. Spears and banners rose up from the ranks of the campfires and were stoked higher and higher. They threw straw on the flames, lit the spears with special wicks on them, and dipped their weapons briefly to make them hot. Spartan Shield thrust his spear high to inspire his troops, his oiled and rippling body pure muscle. Hold the phone. His oiled, rippling body of pure muscle? I'm sorry. Let me try again. His oiled and rippling body of pure muscle would bring any normal pony to his knees. His eyes were like fire. His shout was like a lion's roar, rearing up and flailing his hoof like the war horse he was. He shouted again. The Spartan stallions echoed his battle cry, rushing forward from their alcove of the cliff cliff face to form ranks. Soon they were in a long line of shields and spears, drawn arrows and set jaws. Launch the lightning arrows! Spartan shields shouted. Within seconds, a set of flaming arrows whizzed by and up into the starry night sky. They arched high, paused, fell, and lit the field that had been lightly covered with straw there. On the opposite of the field was the enemy, the lunar stallions. Golden-eyed, metal-fanged, slathering beasts. Nightmare Moon's magic made them powerful, mindless monsters that could never return to pony society. She had stolen their minds and made them into weapons of war. As the Spartan stallions stood there waiting, they could only see the frenzies of activities before them. Lunar stallions were climbing over each other, rearing to go to battle like bizarre mass of giant black ants, pressed in so tight they couldn't even breathe properly. Their dark armor streaked and groaned across each other's sides, and they whined fairly into the little golden mass of solar ponies across the way. Steady, Spartan stallions! Steady! Snapped Spartan Shield. Not one stallion had flinched at the sight of the beast in the dark, but he shouted it anyway. His powerful lion-like voice shook the heavens and reminded them, all of them, who was in charge. Celestia regarded him as the neutral frown. Oh, pardon me. Celestia regarded him with a neutral frown, then looked to the teeming mass across the way. The star on the field was rapidly igniting, and soon the arena of battle was nicely lit. The moon shifted in the sky, turning a half-moon into a full moon. It gave them more light to see, but it was Nightmare Moon's doing. Suddenly, there she was, the princess of the night, possessed by darkness and loving it. She parted the minions as she dominated in submission with the pure force of her magical aura, so none of the filthy beasts could touch her. She looked to her like running, staring in the face of a flag pony at a race. Wait, hang on, let me try that. They looked to her like runners staring at the flag pony at a race, rearing to go, arching to tear into the enemies with their sharpened fangs. They roared and slobbered all over themselves, fangs viciously splashing in the moonlight and bat-like wings flapping back and forth. Luna lifted a hoof slowly and then thrust it forward. The battle of the moon's apex was on. Well, I'm not sure how that sounded at all. It's only a 6-minute video, but I'm kind of hoping it doesn't actually sound that bad. I'm actually gonna ramble because that's what I'm actually do best, really. It's not what my cutie mark would gaff, but it's just something I enjoy doing. So, anyhow, I'm gonna cut this video now and see if I get any replies saying, "Hey, you should do this again." Oh, and a few notes. Anyone saying I should do this more often, maybe read more, I'll totally do it. And you might be wondering, hey, what's that whiny, high-pitched noise I hear? I'll pause a moment to let it sink in. That would be my computer. This thing was hand-built in 2003. It totally sucks, but it's still a tank and I love it to death. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say bye now. Bye! Thanks for reading, I guess. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so I'm not sure how I should end videos, but bye, and thanks for listening, I guess. Wavy hand.